Decorating Fanatic here. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Well, I'm super excited. I've been having so much fun making these mug toppers for my Rae Dunn mugs that I cannot wait to share with you how to make these adorable mug toppers. Now this one here, I have the little gingerbread men on there. You can find those over at Hobby Lobby, along with a cinnamon stick. And then for my sprinkles, I'm using cinnamon, or you can use nutmeg, whatever one you have. And then this one over here, I use the little Christmas tree with the little presents. And then I have a little straw off to the side. And again, this one I'm using actual glitter. This is green and red glitter that I'm using on this one. And then this one here, I'm using the peppermints with the little straw off to the side. And again, I'm using some red glitter on this one. So these are my favorite ones that I made. So of course, I'm keeping these for myself. And then I did want to do something a little different. I did a blue one with little snowflakes. Now I don't have a mug to put this on, but I thought this one was real pretty for the holidays. Now you can pick up some acrylic paint. I happen to be in Joann's picking up some little embellishments for my mug toppers. And I think this cost me just under $1, but I know you can go over to Walmart and you can pick the acrylic paint up for around 50 cents. And then what I like to do when you are using your lightweight spackle for your mugs, I like to put in a little bit of white paint to brighten it up a little bit because sometimes this looks a little gray. So let me share with you guys what you're going to need for this project. Well, in front of me I have all my supplies and ready to go to make one of these mug toppers. Now the first thing you're going to need is the lightweight spackling. You can pick that up over at the Dollar Tree for $1. Now one of these cans will get you one mug topper. I do like to add in a little bit more just so that I don't run out, and it depends on how high you want your mug topper to be. Now depending on what you want to use for your little embellishments, I went over to Hobby Lobby and found these adorable little presents. They're real glittery, they're green and red. Now these were priced I think $2.99, and of course they were half off, so I got those for $1.50. And then I also was able to pick up the little snowflakes. There's some white and some blue snowflakes in there, and they're real little. But these make the perfect size for doing a mug topper. And again, I think these were Hobby Lobby, $2.99, half price at $1.50. And then when I was over at Joann's, I was able to pick up these little picks here. So all I have to do is take these off and use those on top of my mug toppers. These were priced 99 cents, so I got these for 50 cents. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. And I absolutely love these. I mean, this is my favorite, the little peppermint candies. And then I couldn't find any straws, but if you can find Christmas straws, you can certainly use that in your mugs. Now, I came across these little plastic candy canes. So what I did was I would just take a knife and just cut it a little bit and then snap it off, and I'm using that for my straw. And I got these over at Joann's, and I don't have the price on these. They also came in green and white. And then over at the Dollar Tree, also I picked up some different colored glitter. So depending on what color you want to do your mug topper, you got the different colors of glitter. And then food coloring, because I think today what I'm going to do, since I have this mug, this Rae Dunn mug that says ho ho ho, and the letters are done in red, I think I want to make a red mug topper. I think that'll be something different. So we're going to be using a little bit of food coloring in our spackle. And then I think what'll look nice on that red is I have some of these little white snowflakes that I painted with the acrylic paint. So this one's a little bigger. I have two of them. And then I have some other little small ones that came from Hobby Lobby that we're going to use on top of our mug topper. And then I already cut this to use as my straw. And then you're going to need one of these piping bags to put your spackle in. Now this one's kind of large, but this one works. I've been using this. So I'm sure these come in different sizes. You can get a smaller one. And then the tip that I'm using, this is a 2D Wilton from Walmart. And I just happen to like this one. I've been doing a lot better using this tip here on my mugs, for my mugs. And then all you're going to do is take your little, your tip, and just put it inside your bag like that. And then you're going to need, you can use cardboard or you can use a paper plate. I'm going to use a paper plate, and what we're going to do is we are going to trace out. So you're going to get a mug that you want to make, and we're going to put the mug on top of our paper plate, or you could use cardboard, and we're going to trace around it, and then we're going to cut that out. And then once we get that little circle cut out, I like to tape it to another plate to hold it in place while we're putting our little topper on there. And then of course, scissors to cut and a pen to trace. So let's go ahead and get started. Well, to get started and make it real easy, you're gonna need a plastic cup, or you can use glass if you want. It's just so you can put your bag inside there. And then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna fold this down, and that's gonna make it real easy to put your spackle into. And then we're gonna take one of our cans and we're gonna open this up, and then I'm gonna get my red dye out. These lids are so hard to get off. And this is what the spackling looks like inside. Now I am gonna open up a second can and add a little bit more to this. And now what I want to do is I'm going to stir this around. I'm going to get out my food coloring because we're going to make this red. And let's see, I'm going to put in a couple drops to start, and then we'll start stirring it all around and until we get the nice red color that we're looking for. So put a couple squirts of red in there. And you can see what that looks like now. The other day I was using some red acrylic paint, and of course what does red and white make? It makes pink. So I could not get the red color at all. It took lots and lots of paint for me to achieve the red color. So of course that made the consistency of this spackling way too loose. It wasn't going to get hard. So you definitely do not want to use the acrylic paint. The food coloring will work really well. So all you need to do is just put a couple little squirts of that in there, and then I'm going to use some more food coloring because I definitely want this to be a nice bright red. And then just keep stirring it around until you get the color that you want. Well, as you can see, I have my spackling. It's all nice and red with a couple drops of the food coloring. So now what we want to do is we want to take our mug and we're going to lay it on our cardboard and we're going to trace it around. And then when you have that all traced, then we're going to cut that out. And now all we're going to do is get a little piece of tape, and we're going to tape this to our paper plate. That way when you're doing the mug topper, it doesn't move around your little cutout here. So just tape that right to the cardboard. And now we are ready to take our cup, and we're going to put our spackling into it. And I see there's some white in here, so I want to put that back in there and stir this real good. Okay, and just put it in there like that. And now what you can do is take that and unfold that like that and push this down all the way down. I'm going to start, and what I like to do is just make a little dab, and I go around the circle, just dabbing this little spackling around this cardboard here. Now a lot of people will do it like they're frosting a cupcake. This method for me seems to come out a little bit better. I like the way this one turns out for me. So now that I got my first little row started, I'll just work my way around in a circle all the way to the top. Now that we have it all complete, we want to add our embellishments, and then we're going to let this dry probably for like 2 days. Now, normally it would dry in 24 hours, but I found out that, I don't know, maybe adding in the different paints and stuff, it's taking longer to dry. You definitely want it to just leave it on the paper plate, set it aside for a day or two, and come back and feel it and see if it's hard, because sometimes if you touch it or you drop it, you're going to knock off some of the little pieces. So I don't need mine right away, so all I'm going to do is add my little embellishments, put it in my back room and let it dry for a little while. But I thought the little white snowflakes would look really nice on this. So all you have to do is push down just a little bit. And I think I'm going to put my straw in first. Put it off to the side, like that. And then I think I'm going to add one more snowflake. And then I'm going to add in 2 little smaller ones. And let's see. I think I'll put one back there. Well, before I end this video, I want to give you some tips on what I've learned when making mug toppers. Now, after I made a few of these, I ran into a couple problems, but don't worry, if you're in the middle of making a mug topper, don't get discouraged, because sometimes the spackling won't go through the icing tip. Now, before you put the spackling into your piping bag, you can add a little bit of water to it, and that will help with the consistency, and that'll work really well. And then if you want to make any colored mugs, I suggest using food coloring. That will work a lot better than the acrylic paint, because I think what happens if you put too much acrylic paint into the spackling, it gets it watered down and gives it a different consistency, and it just won't work. So food coloring is your best bet, but again, I have used acrylic paint for these mug toppers here. I added in a little bit of white, and also I made a blue mug topper that I used acrylic paint for, and that worked fine too. So I didn't have any issues with that. Just with the red one, I had a lot of issues, I think, because I had to put so much in it to get that red color. But the other thing I like about this too, when you're making mug toppers, if you don't like the way it's turning out and you're just not liking it, you can scrape it off, put it back into your piping bag and start all over again so you can get the perfect mug topper. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, happy decorating.
Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney at the speed of light, while we're dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing just you